So guys, I hope you hear me well. So this is what I offer to you, like how to do in a simple way this maps analysis tutorial in this case. Yep. So um, firstly, I will show you like on the real data, but firstly we need to do averaging plus and minus 2SD of the raw data. This is important step. Then we need to do a filtration. I will show you how to do it. This is just a pipeline. Then we need to make averaging for each condition. For example, in our case, this is muscle, but this could be like TDCS stimulation, for example, or side of the neck, etc., etc. Then we do normalization, and this is like the crucial point. This is we took one condition, for example, visual first, and divided by average of the baseline, then multiplied by 100%, just by 100 in the real world. And then we averaging this across all participants. So here's the example. This is our data. This is a bit data, but still, this is just imagine that this is how look our real data. This is for a condition visual imagery. From the first perspective, this is a baseline. And here you could see that we have only 3 muscles, but it's okay. So firstly, what you do, this is like manually how it's working. Firstly, we did averaging before filtration. And this is a formula. We just chose this area, we put this average, and we put this area for one muscle. Then we do the same for the other muscle, etc., etc. As you could see here, this, oh no, yeah, all is working okay. Here you could see that there is the same stuff here. So we have for now averaging for every condition for baseline and visual imagery first perspective. Then we make a formula for the standard deviation and multiply it by 2. This is very important. I hope you see well. Yeah, and the same area as you understood this. So yep, and we have like 2 standard deviations. Then what we do, we are applying to the average, to our average, this one, this, and you in the final way you will see this formula as you can see here. This is just making the borders upper and lower. For the our purposes, of course, lower border couldn't be lower than 0. So you could see here that this is a 0, and just imagine that this is a 0. Yeah. So and what we are doing next? We will. This is our borders. This is how our data need to be fit in, and then we filtered manually our data. This is. Sorry, what's happening? I didn't see mouse. This is very strange. Okay, you could see here the like blue boxes. I just manually compare upper and lower borders and compare every data here like this with this. Does this data fit into these borders, into these margins? So as you can see, I deleted, like for example, for here we have upper border 434, and here this is just copy data, and I delete some of them. And here you could see that there was a value 487. So that's obvious. I think that we need to delete it because it's higher than 334. Okay, so we have for now we have filtrated data. What we are doing next? Then we average one more time every of this condition. So this is, as you see here, average from this to this. Sorry, my mouse is broken. I don't know what's happening. Sorry, I couldn't show you like manually. Maybe this is, yeah, maybe, wait a sec. Yeah, this is a problem with presentation. So as you see, this is a new averaging of all of this stuff, and we have several values. The next step, as I said, is normalization. So about normalization, how it's worked, we took, so this is our baseline condition, filtered baseline condition, and this is our target condition, what we want to normalize. We then did, we will took this data, we will divide it by this data for the same muscle, but baseline for the same muscle, and multiply by 100. Here you could see the same stuff. We took this, and multiply by 100. And also, I'm sorry, for everything else, the same picture, for the same muscle, for the same condition. Yep. This is just data that I put here, for example, because we will have, for example, 3 participants for our analysis. And then what we're doing, we just average them like this across all participants. And this is average. As you could see here, this is just averaging of this condition. And based on this data, normalized data, we're making a two standard deviations. Here it is, as you could see. And the important part that you need to use stdef.s, not p, because p, this is for populational analysis, etc., etc. Yeah. Then we have a data. We have an average of our maps, normalized maps, and a standard deviation, two standard deviation of it. Then we need to plot it. And this is just simplest way how to look through the data before the statistics, just to understand the trends and other stuff. And for the presentations, for example, this is a good approach. So we just make, we just use, firstly we doing this, then we use insert, searching like the, for example, plot, as I did here before. I will delete it because this stuff could make standard deviation automatically, but better to do it manually. Then you go to the error bars, more options, custom, specify, and so we will specify the 2SD because we have 2SD here, and for the same value here. Yes, you can see there's several, they're the same in our case. Yeah, and that's all. That's how we could look through our data. Of course, I'm using the Python, but I will ask you to do it like I show you. I hope it's not so complicated. I'm sorry, this is the first time when I do this type of recording in English. I hope the sound as well. Yep, so I think that's all. Thank you guys. If you have any question, write to me.